Okay, the word problem is also very important, but there's only two very important concepts in word problem. Okay, so when you want to solve word problem, the initial value always sub t equals to 0 because they will always ask for initial value. Then use the ln to find ln law or log law to find your t. Okay, the first important concept is as t becomes large. Okay, sometimes you cannot remember when t becomes large what happened. So use your calculator to key in e to the power of negative 99999999999 because t will become very large. This guy will approach to 0. You can write this down. Okay, e to the power of negative something will become. Okay, so and for the graph, yeah, this is also the important one. Always remember that the number in front, the a minus something or the a plus something, okay, is the asymptote. Okay, is the asymptote. All right, let me just quickly go through. Okay, so for those of you who has already done log, this one should be quite fast for you, but I want you to remember how to present the as t becomes large kind of question. Okay, an object is heated until it reaches 44 degrees. Then my timing start. When it is left to cool, then the timing will start. Okay, so the equation is given by this. See, they will always ask for the initial value one. So right, so when t equals small t equals to 0. Okay, what was the temperature? It start to left to cool. It's 44. So 44 equals to t naught plus 16 e to the power 0. Don't always assume that the t naught is equals to 44 because e to the power 0, this guy is equals to 1. So 44 is equals to t naught plus 16. T naught is equals to 44 minus 16. Yeah, that will give you 28 degrees Celsius. Okay, for part 2 and part 3 is pretty standard. They will always ask you to find something like that. So write down what is your, put in your t naught first, e to the power negative 3 over 4 t. Okay, when big T is equals to 30, 30 equals to 28 plus 16 e to the power negative 3 over 4 t. Okay, this one be careful. So now you want your t is isolated here. Okay, jog your memory a bit. Bring the 28 over first, so 2 is equals to 16 e to the power negative 3 over 4 t. Always make sure your e is alone first before you can do ln. Okay, is equals to 1 over 8. Well, how do you get 1 over 8? It's from 2 over 16. Then negative 3 over 4t is equals to ln 1 over 8. I want you to remember one thing about log is other than log 1 equals to 0, this guy is a negative guy. It will help you in terms of inequality, which I will talk about it later. Okay, then use your calculator to work this out. Ln 1 over 8 divided by negative 3 over 4. Then you leave your answer in 3SF. For part 3, it's the simple one. So for part 3, you just put in t equals to 2, you just key the whole thing out in your calculator, you can get it. Part 3, I will not go through. So I will look at part 4. So t become large, this kind of question. Okay, always start with t everything. That means t is equals to 28 plus 16 e to the power of negative 3 over 4t. Look here how I present that. Write down as t becomes large. Okay, e to the power of negative 3 over 4t. You cannot say equals to 0. It must tend towards, okay? Tend towards 0. The significance of the graph is this. We know that e to the power of something, it will go up. This is e to the power of t. Then e to the power of negative t will go down like that. Okay? What does this mean is that, you see, when my t becomes very large, that means this guy will continue to go down, 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 go down. It will be very, very close to the axis. It will be very close to 0. But will it be 0? It will never be 0. It will be very, very close to 0. It will be like 0.00000000001. But it is negligible. So that's why we say it approaches to 0. This guy is called approaches to. Write down. Okay, approaches to. I've seen prelim paper marking whereby when students say that e to the power negative 3 over 4t equals to 0, minus mark. Okay, it approaches to 0. Therefore, t is equals to 28 degrees Celsius. Okay, so as t becomes very large kind of question, you must say that e to the power of negative something approaches to 0. That means it will never be 0, but it will be very, very close to 0, such that we can actually assume it to be 0, but it approaches to. Okay, t equals to 28. So question, so the significance is related to the question. When an object is heated to a certain degree, even though it might not be 44, it might be 100. If you leave it in the room to cool, right, after a long time, what will happen? 28 degrees is the what? What temperature? Yeah, it is the room temperature also. This is the significance. This is the room temperature. Okay. And so for part 5, in terms of how does the graph look like, it is this. Number 1, your 28 is the asymptote. So this is big T, this is small t. So this guy is t equals to 28. Your metal is heated to how many degrees? 44 degrees, right? So it started at 44 degrees. Then you start to cool, means it start to go down. And as t goes by, it will go very, very, very close to 28. So this is how the graph will look like. Okay? Sometimes they may not ask you to show what happens when t becomes very large. Another way of asking is, explain why t will never exceed 28. Another way of asking is, explain why t will never exceed 28 degrees. You cannot just say that it is the room temperature. You must also talk about t becomes large. Okay? Sometimes they may ask you, explain what happens to the temperature in the long run. Okay, in the long run or after a long period of time. There's other ways of explaining it. Okay?